want to talk about today on Panthers Corner is basically Bryce Young. Bryce Young, the resurgence, of Bryce Young finally showing what he's got, the rise and then the fall and then the rise again of Bryce Young. There was a point in this season where we all thought Bryce was not the guy. Shoot, last season, probably all thought he wasn't the guy, but it was his rookie season. It was understandable. You got to go through the ups and downs of being a rookie. But we all thought him coming in his second year, new coach Dave Canales, who has made a track record of just making quarterbacks better, with Geno Smith, Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield. We all thought that Bryce Young was going to get in there his second year with Canales at head coach and just take off, be a pretty serviceable quarterback, at the beginning of this season. And he couldn't look worse. Like, he looked worse than all of last year. And we were like, what in the world's going on? And then, of course, our boy Dave Canales decides, hey, I'm going to bench him. Which was a very good move, Put in Andy Dalton. And Andy Dalton's first game, he comes in, lights it up. Just lights it up against Las Vegas Raiders. But that's not a great feat, because the Raiders weren't really that good this year. But what it allowed Bryce to do in the couple games that Andy was starting for our Panthers was to sit back, watch, and relax. Because you could tell in those first 2 games of the season, Bryce's confidence was gone. We don't know what was going on with him. I would joke that he lost his girl, and that was a real thing. Because, a basketball player literally took his girl, maybe that played into his psyche. But when Bryce got the opportunity to come back in, of course, after Andy Dalton's mysterious car accident, we still don't know where Bryce Young was when that was happening. But I digress. Once he got the chance to come back in against the Broncos and start NFL game again, we saw a guy that was really sure of himself, that had confidence, that was just showing that he could be an actual NFL quarterback and possibly an elite level. And if anything, he's showing that he could be maybe the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers for years to come. Franchise quarterback. And he just looked great. He might not have put up the crazy numbers that we all expected, but he looked like he was making his throws with confidence. Even if the receiver wasn't open, he let the receiver at least get a chance to make a play on the ball. And that's what we wanted to see from Bryce this whole time. That's what we wanted to see from him. And he finally showed what he basically was doing when he was at Alabama. And man, we may not have won that game against the Broncos, but he came in, and of course he stayed the starting quarterback. And then the next 2 games after that Broncos game, with the Giants and the Saints, then the Giants, Bryce led us to wins. And you can see Bryce's confidence building even more and even more. But the main thing that we took from this was that Bryce was looking like Bama Bryce. He was starting to make plays. He was starting to, make guys miss in the pocket, and just be magical. And of course, we didn't win too many games, obviously. We've lost, let's just say, we lost, but the greatest showings that Bryce had was against the Chiefs, playing basically head to head with Patrick Mahomes, and Bryce actually kind of outplaying Bryce freaking Patrick Mahomes in that Chiefs game. And then he's also outplaying Jalen Hurts in that Eagles game and almost winning that game for sure. Those are two games I think we definitely should have won. But I digress. It's not about that. It's about seeing the progression of Bryce Young. And with all the criticism he has gotten, everything, Bryce was showing out finally, and allowing the Panthers to at least stay in the game and have a chance to win the game. And, it's hard to win, though, when your defense is basically the worst defense in the league. But at least we have something to build on now. We can get pieces for that defense and make this defense better. But Bryce definitely showed us he can be a franchise quarterback. And then that last game of the season against the Falcons, Bryce really, really showed out. He was having the time of his life, and it showed on the field. And basically, 5 touchdowns, 3 throwing and 2 running has never been done by another Carolina Panther. You would think Cam Newton did it, but no, Cam Newton didn't do it. Bryce did it. Crazy. But Bryce, confidence at an all-time high. And he just showed out that game against the Falcons. And I think Bryce has shown and earned the spot of being a starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers next year and possibly years to come. And I will say, Dave Canales has done it again. He's turned around Bryce. He's done what he came here to do. That's why Dave Canales is our head coach still, because he's turning around Bryce Young right before our very eyes. And Bryce's confidence, if he keeps playing like this, and I think he will, going into next season, you better watch out, because my Carolina Panthers are going to be a force to be reckoned with. We just got to drop some pieces for this defense, and we will be just fine. Just fine, man. And I think we will, because we got a lot of picks in this draft coming up. And that's all we need, just to make the defense just a little better, even a little better. You know what I'm saying? That's all we need. We need Bryce to play like Bryce was playing, with that confidence and just making plays and being magical. That's what we need from him. But that was Panthers Corner. Let me know what you guys think about Bryce Young down in the comments. Do you think he's a franchise quarterback? Do you think he's finally turned the page and going to continue to be magical for years to come for the Carolina Panthers, all right? Let me know. Are you a Panthers fan, man? If you are, then we in the same boat. But let me know, guys, your thoughts and comments down in the comments. And this has been Panthers Corner. And if you got a topic, you want me to discuss, leave it down in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.